We're gonna work. Let's put this thing together. Hi everybody. Isn't that cute?
Hey everybody, it's Daze Shawnna. Welcome back to my channel. So today I thought I'd show you guys how to make this really quick, simple, and easy wood painted sign with vinyl. With the holiday season right around the corner, Thanksgiving coming up, Christmas right after that, this is the perfect time to make your own decor, to add your own splash of flavor to your home. So I'm going to show you guys how to make this starting from design all the way to application, and you'll see how easy and easy and easy this really is. All right, so stay tuned. Here we go.
The first thing we're going to do is go ahead and get our wood canvas painted. I got this from Michael's. It's a 9 by 12 wood canvas. It's perfect for this type of project. Gonna throw some gloves on because I don't like getting messy, and I'll show you the type of paint that I'm going to use. This is a chalk paint from Art Minds. It's in the color Espresso. I love using chalk paints for these types of projects because they dry really quick and you don't need a lot to cover your canvas. So I'm just going to use this and put a nice light coat on. I want a little bit of my wood to shine through, but not too much. And I'm going to go ahead and paint the front as well as all of the sides. So while our canvas is drying, we're going to go ahead and open up Design Studio so that we can get into the design of our sign. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change the on-screen canvas to match our wood canvas. So I'm going to open up the page setup panel and change our height to 9. The width is already on 12, so we're good to go. I'm also going to turn off the cut border by unchecking it. We don't need that just yet. Next, we're going to do a rectangle, and I'm going to open up the transform window and make our rectangle 11 3/4 by 7 3/4. This just gives us a nice little area to work with while we're designing, and we can kind of keep that in mind. Then I'm going to go to the Align panel and click Center to Page, and that puts our rectangle perfectly in the center of our canvas. Now we're ready to get into really designing our sign. The first element I want to work with is our leaves, so I'm going to open up a new canvas and go to File, Merge, and open up the SVG file that I purchased on Etsy. I'll put a link in the description. Then I'm going to select the leaf that I want to work with. I'm only going to work with one type for this sign, and I'm going to delete the rest. Once I get that settled, we're going to open up the Trace menu, and I'm going to draw a rectangle around the area I want to trace, and then just click the button Trace, and it's that easy. And then I'm just going to delete our original image, and now I have this vector that I can work with, resize and cut and everything else. So we're going to go back to our first canvas, and I'm going to place about 3 leaves in this design. I'm just kind of winging it here. I don't necessarily know exactly what I want to do, so I'm just going to play around here until I figure out what I want to do and what I want my sign to look like. So I'm just resizing this, and I know I don't want the whole leaf on my sign, so I'm just going to get it right to the size I think I want, and then move everything except for what I want off of the canvas. I kind of want half of this leaf on the canvas. Then I'm going to right click and click duplicate so I can get another leaf just like this one. And let's see, for this one, I know I want it to be smaller, so I'm just going to size this right on down. And then maybe I'll rotate it a little bit so it'll be at an angle, kind of give our sign a little bit of charm, and move this down, I think, towards the bottom. And again, won't have the whole leaf on the surface. Okay. Now I'm going to right click one more time and click duplicate so I can get one more. And I'm going to move this towards the top of our sign, rotate it so that the tip of our leaf can be kind of floating in from the top. And again, I'm just kind of winging this. This is all up to you and what you want your design to look like, just kind of showing you my process. All right, now that I have everything kind of where I want it, The next thing I'm going to do is I am going to get rid of all of the pieces of the leaves that I don't like. So I'm going to zoom out a little bit. I'm going to draw a rectangle around all of these so it selects everything, including our rectangle that we put in before. Then I'm going to open up our modify panel and click crop. And so that just leaves us with the leaves kind of cut out in that perfect design, just like we want to be able to apply it to our sign. Now we're ready to move on to the next part of our design, which is adding a sentiment. And so I think I want this sign to say Season of Thanks. So I'm going to open up a font box here, a text box here, and type in Season of, I want a capital S. Sometimes I choose all lowercase, but it depends on the font. Gonna go ahead and open up our font panel here, and the font that I'm choosing for this is Modern Serif. I really like the look of that. And so I'll get that in there and start resizing. And again, I'm just playing this by ear. I don't necessarily have an exact measurement. Sometimes I will, but most of the time I don't. I'm just kind of looking at it, eyeing it, looking at the placement and seeing where I want it to go. And once I get that settled, I'm going to right click and duplicate it so that I can come down and type my next part of my sentiment, which is thanks. And so this is just going to be real simple. And I think I want to change this font. So I'm going to open my font panel again. And I think for this one, I'm going to choose one of my favorites, Shelter. It's a nice little lowercase script. And I see my little typo there, so I'm going to get rid of that extra K. And now I'm just going to work to resize this and kind of fill up the space there. One thing about Shelter is that it is a connected script, so I'm going to need to right click and weld this so that it cuts all as one piece, and finish resizing this to kind of fill in our space here. The next thing I'm going to do is play around with color a little bit. I want to choose the color of my vinyl, and I like to do that on screen first. So I think I'm going to go with, considering our background is brown, I think I'm going to go with a nice yellow for our leaves. I'm going to go with an orange for our thanks, and I'm going to leave season white. Once I've settled on my color of my design, I am going to start layering it up. So I'm going to open up a new canvas, and I'm going to take all of the leaves and place them on one canvas. Then I'm going to place a rectangle around each leaf because this will help us with weeding later on, and I'll show you that step. And I'll repeat this step, creating a new layer for every different element of our design. Once all of our layers are separated, now we're ready to cut. I'll go to the send panel and I'm going to choose the vinyl glossy setting. Now my machine is a little different, so I like to adjust the settings a little bit, and each machine is going to be slightly different. You have to do what works for your machine. But I'm going to put my blade on 3, my speed on 10, and my force on 12. Now we're going to go ahead and pull out our vinyl. I'm going to be using some Oracal 651 in a light orange and a signal yellow. And I'm also going to be using a piece of Series 51 by Expressions Vinyl. Going to go ahead and load my mat up and get ready to cut each layer out. Once I'm done with the cutting, I'm going to go ahead and remove my mat from my vinyl. This is kind of a new mat, and sometimes it can curl the vinyl, so I just kind of remove it this way. Then I'm going to bring my paper trimmer in, and I'm going to trim away all the excess vinyl from my cut pieces. This will make it a lot easier to weed and much more manageable. And now it's time to weed our vinyl. And weeding vinyl simply means we're just going to take away all of the excess vinyl on the piece just to leave the parts of our design elements. That's it. So I'm going to use my EK Tools tweezers here and just start peeling away these layers of vinyls. And now you'll see why I use those rectangles, because it helps us just kind of peel away layer by layer and make it much more manageable. Grab a little corner here and gently start rocking away. If you see something coming up, just want to go gently put it back down, and then you're going to rock your vinyl a little bit to remove. Don't forget to remove the inside of your letters as well. Once we're done weeding, now it's time to apply transfer tape. And transfer tape is what's going to help us get the vinyl onto our wood sign quickly and easily, and everything stays intact. So I'm going to use some Expressions Vinyl Clear Transfer Tape. This is a 6-foot roll, as well as my X-Acto knife. And so I'm just going to pull out off a piece of this transfer tape, lay it right over our piece of vinyl. It can be a little slippery, so we just have to be a little careful. I'm going to take a white PVC card and use the edge to kind of run over the design to make sure that those letters will stick to the transfer tape. That's going to be very important. Cut that off with our X-Acto knife, and then we're going to use the X-Acto knife to trim away the excess transfer paper. This is going to make it, again, much easier to handle, much more manageable, and this just gives us our piece of vinyl without having to worry about all of that extra. That'll really help when we're applying. And so we'll repeat this step for each piece of vinyl. And now it's time to put this thing together. Let's bring back our nice wood painted sign, and we're going to start with applying the leaves. So I'm going to bring in my leaf. I'm going to make sure that I've got the transfer tape on there really well. Rub that PVC card over it. Then I'm going to carefully remove the backing. Every part of that leaf should still be on that transfer tape. And then I'm going to carefully apply it to the spot that I've chosen on my wood sign. Going to line it up on the edge there and place it down. Next, I'm going to use my PVC card and kind of rub over it one more time to make sure that the vinyl is really sticking to the wood. And then I'm going to carefully take off my transfer tape, and you'll notice that I'm seeing that my vinyl is still coming up. That means I didn't use enough pressure when I was, using the PVC card to lay it down. So I'm going to go over it again. Add lots of nice pressure. You want the vinyl to really stick to that wood, and then you're going to carefully pull directly back on the transfer tape. Notice I'm not lifting up. I'm pulling directly back to remove the transfer tape and leave the vinyl on the wood. Perfect. And now I'm going to repeat this step with every element of our design.
Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed this video showing how to make this really quick, simple, and easy vinyl wood painted sign. You guys, once you get the basics down, you can do this for any season, any occasion, and it really is a fun and unique project. So if you make this or any variation of it and you have Instagram, I would love if you would post it and tag me at Shawnna so I can see your project. I love seeing when you guys post your projects. All right, until next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.